Hello everyone and welcome to the webinar for the BA program in Ancient History and Archaeology at Birkbeck University of London. I'm Jana Mokrisova and I am a lecturer in Ancient Greek History and Archaeology here in the Department of History, Classics and Archaeology. I currently run this BA program. I'd like to thank everyone in the chat room for attending and to my colleagues Sean Green and Damali for moderating the discussion. I'll start by talking about the department and the program, so please feel free to ask questions throughout as I talk via the chat function, and we will answer your questions during the Q&A session after the presentation. I would like to also emphasize that, as you know, this webinar will be recorded so that other prospective students can see it later on in their own time. I'm sorry, it seems that my PowerPoint has just got stuck, but now we're back on schedule. So let me tell you a little bit more about Birkbeck as a university and this department. Birkbeck is an evening part of the University of London, and we have been a part of this prestigious university for 100 years. We're actually celebrating our 100th anniversary of joining University of London this year. Birkbeck offers a flexible evening education at a high level of quality, and we are really proud that we can offer you this degree in ancient history and archaeology in the Department of History, Classics and Archaeology, which is a very exciting and unique department. It was ranked top in the UK for intellectual stimulation in the 2019 National Student Survey, and first in London for teaching quality, and really proud of this achievement. We have a distinguished tradition as an international center for excellence, and for the last 2 decades we have been consistently in the top 10 of departments evaluated by the Research Excellence Framework, which is the UK system for assessing the quality of research in higher education institutions. Our department is quite exciting. It's exciting to be a part of the staff here, but also to be a student. And this is because our research and teaching are unique in their range across geographical and chronological boundaries. We are a cutting-edge research department, and all of our teaching is research-driven, and we work in a very collegial environment. I can absolutely feel that. We're also the only university department in London to include historians, classicists, and archaeologists, and we investigate every period from prehistory to the early 21st century. So the breadth of our research and our teaching is unprecedented in London. We are currently over 40 members of staff. We are truly international, and we are proud that our staff and students come from all over the world. Our teaching and research reflect this. We are as diverse as London itself. So we actively welcome applications from local, UK, but also EU and applicants across the globe. You will have a chance to meet many of our staff during the various modules that you take in your career, but I would like to introduce you to the core group of scholars that will shape your studies. Here on the picture, you can actually see Professor Jen Bard during her fieldwork at Dura Europos in Syria. Professor Baird focuses on the archaeology of the Roman Empire and Roman provinces, of issues of archives and investigating archaeological materials in museums and other resources. Professor Christy Konstantakopoulou is our specialist in Greek history, and her research focuses on the ancient Aegean networks and connectivity in ritual studies. Professor Catherine Edwards is our specialist in the Roman Republic and Empire, and her focus is on correspondence and communication in the Roman Empire. Dr. Ben Gray focuses on classical Greek history, and his specialty involves looking at politics, refugees and migrants, and in the Greek, but also in the Roman world. Dr. Leslie McFadden is an archaeologist of Neolithic Britain and Western Europe. and she also leads our field school Buried Humanities. I, Jana Mokrisova, am focusing on the late Bronze and early Iron Age Mediterranean and issues of migration, mobility, and colonization. And last but not least, Dr. Tim Reynolds, who is the program director for 2020 to 2021 academic year, focuses on Paleolithic and exploration of the Neanderthal way of life. So I see that a number of new participants have joined this recording. I would like to welcome you, and I would just like to remind you that if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to write them down in the chat function, and my colleague Sean will moderate the discussion and will also fill in information on the go if necessary. Let me now tell you a little bit about the structure of our BA. We at Birkbeck offer flexible, high-quality education, so that means that you can take our program both as full-time and complete the program in 3 years, or as part-time, so this is a 4-year degree. We also offer the so-called foundation year, which is a bridge towards studying for a BA in case you did not achieve high enough grades to apply directly into the BA, or it's been a while since you were in higher education and you would like to ease into your BA in studies. So this BA focuses on exploring the ancient world through combining the disciplines of archaeology and ancient history. This course is for you if you're interested in understanding the ancient Greek and Roman world through the people's relationship with words, texts, objects, buildings, and places. And it's a fantastic program because it really allows you to develop your critical and analytical skills by drawing on a very large corpus of material evidence from the past. Of course, written evidence is key to studying history, and you will have a chance to explore ancient writing and ancient works of Herodotus, Homer, and others. But this course also allows you to develop ability to understand how people lived, acted, and thought in the past through the evidence from material culture. You will learn the essential analytical techniques of archaeology to develop your understanding of the relationship between people and things, as well as theory and practice in the interpretation of material remains. Practical archaeology is a key experience of this degree. You will study a broad chronological and geographical sweep with topics including, for instance, the rise of the Greek city-states, the rise of classical Athens and Sparta, the foundation of the Roman Empire and the transformation of the empire in late antiquity, and also the development of the Byzantine Empire through the transformation of Constantinople into its capital to the medieval period. So this degree really allows you to engage with wide chronological periods and also geographic regions, incorporated Europe, the Mediterranean, the Near East, and North Africa. We also encourage you to question accepted history so you can construct and present convincing historical and archaeological arguments, again using text, images, material objects, and remains this evidence. Our BA has the following structure. Our new survey modules options will introduce you to the key themes you need to know when studying the Greco-Roman past. In parallel with these cutting-edge surveys, which are based on our research expertise, we offer a range of compulsory how-to modules, which are listed on your screen. And these how-to modules bring together diverse academic staff in an exploration of how we study the past, methods of historiography and archaeological surveys and techniques, and you will have a chance to develop skills that are needed for research and writing of the past and in our histories. Every year, as you build your studies and progress towards your degree, you will take one of these courses, starting with Approaching the Past in your first year, which focuses on being introduced to academic writing, academic argumentation, the different ways we can approach studying the past, different approaches in history and archaeology, to a second-year course, Exploring the Past, which builds on your own unique perspectives and writings, helps you develop your own argumentation and voice in support of your dissertation, which you will write in your third year if you're a full-time student as a part of the module Writing the Past. So both of these survey modules and our how-to modules run annually, so that it doesn't really matter if you're a part-time or full-time student. You will have a chance to take them as you choose. Altogether, you're expected to take 11 courses or 11 modules distributed over 3 or 4 years. So just to give you an example, if you're a full-time student in the first year, you will take 3 compulsory modules, which is the Approaching the Past, Archaeology of Greece and Rome, and the Ancient World, supplemented by another level 4 option. If you're in your year 2, you will take a compulsory module and choose 3 level 5 optional modules. So the compulsory is, of course, Exploring the Past, and in year 3, you choose 2 level 6 options and write your dissertation. And I will explain just in a little bit what these different levels mean. Then if you're a part-time student, you will take your Exploring the Past module in your third year, so that you spend 2 to 3 nights a week at Birkbeck, as opposed to the full 4 evenings, which are expected for the full BA degree. Our modules have both lectures and seminars, and we really emphasize engagement from students, so that you have space to discuss and challenge different methodological and theoretical concepts. So we start off with the level 4 modules, and as part of that, we usually deliver an hour-long lecture, which is followed by an hour-long tutorial or seminar. And it really is in the seminar and the tutorial where you are engaging with the material with your peers in either group discussions or concerted activities that will help you get deeper on an analytical level to understand some of the different topics that were raised in lecture. So this is really the time for you to engage. And as you progress in your studies in level 5 and level 6, seminar and tutorial component will receive more and more time. So you will be building upon your analytical and also argumentative skills as you progress towards your degree. So the level 4 modules introduce essential themes, broad time periods, and a range of geographical areas. They're assessed by a combination of exams, essays, book reports, and source analysis, so that you build confidence working with primary as well as secondary material. An example of a level called forward is the Archeology Arisamorrow, which will be taught by me and Professor Jennifer Baird next year. And this course explores opportunities of art that archaeology offers for the study of the Greco-Roman world. It focuses on central themes rather than provides a strictly chronological overview. So we discuss themes such as the rise of Athens, the establishment of the city-states, Greek colonization, landscape approaches to understanding Greek and Roman countryside with focus on Roman military and others. So it really produces a comprehensive overview of the kind of cutting and current discussions in the Greco-Roman archaeology. An example of another level 4 course that is a part of this degree is the Field of Humanities, which is run by Dr. Leslie McFadden, and it takes place in Moss Farm Quarry in Peterborough. And this is a very unique opportunity for you. It is a very successful excavation project that received a recognition as Britain's Best Excavation and Best Research Project by the Council for British Archaeology in 2012. And it is highly enjoyed by our students, where you will learn basic principles of archaeological methods. So from recording, excavating of lands and structures dated to the Neolithic and Bronze Age periods. For our level 5 modules, we delve deeper into key issues, periods, and texts, and they are also taught by lectures and seminars, but the lecture component is getting progressively a bit less prominent. So this is a place where you delve deeper into issues and you have a chance to really get your analytical skills going. They are also assessed by a combination of exams, essay, book reports, and source analysis. So again, they will teach you working both with primary and secondary sources. An example of such a module is the Archaeology Prehistory, which will be run next year and which will be taught by Dr. Tim Reynolds and Dr. Leslie McFadden. And this is a complement to our focus on the Greco-Roman Mediterranean, because this course, if you're interested in understanding more the archaeological principles and archaeology of prehistory, is a perfect place for you to understand what happened before the period explores in the course. So prehistory is often described as 95% of human history, but this module will challenge that perception. Also show you how we can use archaeology to understand settlement patterns, mobility in periods with the absence of any type of writing. So it's quite an exciting course to take. We are also starting a new course, which is a field school run by Dr. Christi Konstantakopoulou in the Cyclades in Greece, and it's entitled The Archaeology of a Greek Sanctuary. This course is scheduled to begin in the summer of 2021, and Christi Konstantakopoulou has been excavating together with her colleagues from Greece at the sanctuary of Despotika, which is an uninhabited island by Paros in the Cyclades. And this is a very exciting place for you to learn more about archaic sanctuaries and really important monumental sanctuaries. So we're quite excited that we will start running this module hopefully next summer. The level 6 modules engage with primary sources at a much deeper level, and they will also introduce you and challenge you to become a part and be engaged with debates on research topics which are shaped by your tutor's research expertise. They are taught mostly by seminars with a very short lecture at the beginning introducing the topic, and they are assessed by a combination of exams, essays, book reports, and other source material. For example, Professor Catherine Edwards will be teaching the Empire of Letters correspondence in the Roman world next year, which is a level 6 option that focuses on correspondence in the Roman Empire. So for instance, we know that emperors kept tabs on the different provincial governors. We also know that educated Romans and members of the Roman Empire, the ruling class, but also the different military staff, soldiers, but also the citizens who were part of the empire, communicated remotely through letters that travel across the Mediterranean and Europe and the Near East. So this really delves into understanding the different documents from Egypt, from Rome, but also, for instance, from Hadrian's Wall, so the famous Vindolanda documents will be featured in this class. So this class really provides much more of a historical and a philological take on the history. So that's a great way for you to really explore the ancient Greco-Roman past through this BA. You can choose how you would like to explore. You can draw on a range of materials, and you can start understanding the different classes of materials tell you about the past and the lived experience of people who were part of these Greek city-states, who were part of the Roman Empire. And that's quite exciting. So let me tell you a little bit about how to apply. Of course, for specific information, please visit our website, and I have listed the main 2 links for our full-time, part-time BA degrees. We welcome applicants without traditional entry qualifications, as we base our decisions on your qualifications, knowledge, and previous work experience. So Birkbeck's mission, the core mission, is widening participation. And we really hope that by having a diverse body of students really enriches experience of you being a part of Birkbeck, but also of our own teaching. So in case that you have an unusual background, we may waive formal entry requirement based on the judgment of your academic potential. Usually, we require of 104 to 120 UK points for an enrollment into the full-time BA program. If you need extra support before starting an undergraduate degree, we offer a BA in Ancient History and Archaeology with Foundation Year. And now this Foundation Year degree provides an extra year of supported study that will introduce you to university, to the different ways that we study, topics such as globalization, political change, environmental activism, and others. And those modules are run by the school that we are a part of. But this is an ideal run if you are returning to study after a long gap, or if you have not previously studied the subject, or you did not achieve the grades that you need to be placed on the full-time BA degree. So if you have questions about foundation year further, please do let us know, and we'll be more than happy to answer all your questions. I'd like to also emphasize that Birkbeck is at the heart of academic London, and Bloomsbury is a very thriving and cultural heart of London. And it provides an access to unparalleled research resources. So Birkbeck itself is home to renowned research centers and institutions at which leading scholars present their latest research. Those are, for instance, the Paris Institute for the Study of Anti-Semitism, the Raphael Samuel Center for History, and Birkbeck Institute for the Humanities. But I'd like to emphasize that your studies at Birkbeck are not only Birkbeck itself, but also the incredible resources provided around the campus. We regularly take students to the museums nearby, such as the British Museum or Future Museum of Egyptology at UCL. And there are also many institutes which will help you provide platforms for topics that you're interested in. So particularly pertinent to our students, of course, the Institute of Classical Studies. At Birkbeck, we also offer a wide-ranging support at departmental and college level. And this support is in place to help students along the way. So at the departmental level, you will have a personal tutor who will provide pastoral services concerning your studies, in case you might have any personal issues that are affecting your studies, or you cannot choose what quite the right course of study is for you. Of course, you will have your module convener and also your lecturer or tutor who will answer your queries about particular module. And you can also rely on your program director if you want to discuss your program and broader concerns of your studies. In college is fantastic in providing a wide range of support for different needs that our students might have, from well-being to mental issues, but also support students with disabilities, childcare, recommendations for finances, accommodation, careers, but also study skills, IT support, or skills that are related to perhaps you wanting to improve your writing, management skills, time management skills, and so on. So this is a fantastic place that will help you along every step of the progression toward your degree. Our graduates embark on exciting careers, which are also quite wide-ranging. So a lot of our graduates end up working for the museum sector and heritage sector of our commercial archaeology, as well as libraries and archives. A lot of our students also go into project management, journalism, and some of our students are also attracted, for instance, to law because of the evidence-based approach to investigation that is common to both law and archaeology and history. So our students usually do find studying the past highly rewarding and applicable to their careers in the present. And I'd just like to thank everybody for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the chat function and also to contact us. And here you can see links how to contact us. You can email us, or you can follow us on Twitter. You can also find out more about the Department of Ancient History and Archaeology and our BA program in Ancient History and Archaeology on our website. So I do welcome you to have a look and let us know if you have any further questions. We'd also invite you to see the wide range of degree programs and short courses on our website and speak to one of us at our upcoming virtual open evenings. A list of the dates can be found on the website that is listed below. But until then, I'd like to say a big thank you to Sean and Damali for helping put together this webinar, and to you for attending. And I'll stay online for the next couple of minutes to answer any question that you might have in the chat room. So thank you very much. Sean, any questions?
Hi, Jana. Yeah, I've received a couple of questions. When will the timetable for next year be available?
So the timetable for the next year will be available in course of next week. It has already been finalized, but courses that I listed as examples of our levels 4, 5, and 6 will all be available for you to take in the next academic year.
And how will you plan to teach next year given the COVID-19 situation and social distancing?
So this is a great question. Right now, the college is making provisions to deliver all the classes online through online platforms. But our main approach is flexibility and diversity because we recognize we have a wide-ranging student body with different needs. We would not like to prescribe one way of attending the classes should that endanger somebody's family or themselves, or if a lot of our students do work and a lot of our students are key workers. So we want to deliver that flexibility. So what we're planning on right now for the fall semester is to deliver all of our classes online via our Moodle. And also we are working really hard to making some of our buildings open, provided that we can adhere all the necessary social distancing measures to keep our students safe. But we do recognize that for a lot of the students, they do not have an ideal environment in their homes to study. So we're hoping that when September comes, we can support these students to the best of our abilities. Our IT sector is also hard to provide the IT support that our students might need. So we're cognizant that some of the students might need additional help in the next year with that, and that will also be in place for them. So hopefully you will be able to be comfortable at home if that's what you need while taking part in our classes. On the other hand, if you have the need to use our facilities, we are hoping that you will be able to do so at a reduced and socially responsible scale as of September.
That's it for the questions. Thanks, Jana.
Okay, well, thank you very much all for listening. And if you have any questions, do not hesitate to contact us either at admin@birkbeckhistory.ac.uk, or you can also come along to one of our virtual open evenings by clicking on the link that you see on the screen. So thank you very much, everyone, and have a good evening.